Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay.
Stop it.
Hey guys, today we're going to go ahead and install the AOSiP ROM. Sorry, it's been a few days. I've been busy. Being a father is not easy. My daughter is playing video games all day, and I had to help her set up her Minecraft server again. Right, Bjorn?
No.
Anyway, let's go do this, baby. Hi guys, before I begin, I want to point out some stuff. You do have to be on the latest OnePlus software on your OnePlus 6T. So if you go to OnePlus, if you type OnePlus 6T firmware on Google, you'll find this page with the software upgrade, and go ahead and choose OnePlus 6T and you'll see this page. It's the same page. Go ahead and download it, the latest version. If you're not on the latest version, if you're coming from stock, you're most likely on the latest version, so you don't have to bother with this. But just make sure you're on 9.0.15 or higher. Alright, if you're coming from a custom ROM, if you've been rooted for months ago, then you'll probably have to download this. Install this in twerp recovery, reboot. Make sure you do a factory reset before you install it or after you install it. And then go ahead and boot into the stock firmware. Make sure you boot into it, and you'll have to reconnect it to your computer via fast boot and install twerp recovery, just like we did in the root tutorial. If you forgot how to do it, just go ahead and read the section where we install twerp recovery and boot into it. Go ahead and follow that again, and you should be good to go. And you should have boot into twerp. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and teach you, obviously from that point on, that you have unlocked your bootloader, you have installed the latest firmware, official firmware, and then you've installed twerp. Alright, those three things. Once you have done that, come back to this video. If you're coming completely from scratch, go ahead and take a look at my website. Go to AOSiP ROM for OnePlus 6T, Android 9.0 Pie. I'll have links to this in the description. Go ahead and follow unlock bootloader and root. This will show you how to root, unlock the bootloader. Actually, it will show you how to root, and you'll have to click here to actually unlock the bootloader. So unlock your bootloader. Follow the tutorial. That should take maybe half an hour. Go ahead and follow the root tutorial. You don't have to follow the whole tutorial. You just have to get to where it boots into twerp, which is up to pretty much step 7. Once you get to step 7, you're good to go. All right. If you got to that point, we're ready to go. You'll need to download a bunch of files. So we covered number 1, step 1, and step 2 just now. And we should be at step 4. You should have booted into twerp, and I've booted my phone into twerp. You can see. All right. And also go ahead and download the latest version of the ROM, AOSiP ROM, AIP ROM. I'm actually using the older version, but it's because it works. You can go ahead and download the official build or the beta build. Official build I recommend. Obviously, it's more official. So go ahead and download the official. The name gonna be AOSiP 9.0 official Vegeta -2019 with the date .zip. So that's a zip file you have to download. Also go ahead and download GApps. Go to Open GApps and go ahead and download the Pico GApps for Android 9.0 Pie. Go to opengapps.org. And then go ahead and download Magisk Zip Installer. Go ahead and download the latest one, version 19.3 or whatever the latest is on there. So that will give you root. And also, you will need twerp installer. This is very important because after you install the ROM, if you want to change anything, if you want to go and reboot into twerp and install something, then you'll make sure to download this. So go here, go ahead and download this. All the download links for the download.HighOnAndroid.com is at the bottom here where it says click here to download. So you can go ahead and download this all on your phone, in fact. Or you can download it on your desktop and copy it over. It's up to you. I do recommend doing it on desktop just because it's simpler to read the instructions, download everything, just copy it over instead of just trying to do everything on your phone. And then, you know, while you're doing it, you'll need another phone to do it. So have 2 phones if you can. Also, go ahead and download the OnePlus Camera APK. This is the latest version. Also, the download link is down here. Click here to download. Download that. And also, go ahead and grab this Google Camera APK. Go Go ahead and download all of this and copy it to the download folder of your phone. Alright, click here to download. Once you have downloaded it, copy it over all to your phone. We can go ahead and go to our phone. So let's go ahead and go to our phone. Hi guys, so you should have now booted into twerp recovery. You should have copied all the files over you need. The main ones you really need is the ROM, the GApps, and also Magisk for root. You see the AOSiP blah blah.zip, that's the ROM file. Open GApps blah blah.zip, that's the GApps. Magisk blah blah.zip is the Magisk, which will give you root and root. Also very important, you will also need twerp installer, because if you don't install this and you need to reboot into twerp, you'll have to reconnect your phone to the computer. So every time you install a new ROM, you do have to install the twerp installer. So let's go ahead and install. We're going to do a factory reset. All right, hit the home button, go to install. Go ahead and go ahead and find the ROM file, which is AOSiP blah blah.zip. Go ahead and confirm to flash. This will install the ROM, which should take anywhere from like 2 to 3 minutes, usually 3 minutes. While that's going, let me go ahead and show you a preview of my next video. This is a Nexus 9 that I've been running as my home security camera. Actually, let me go ahead and show you, which is actually nice. I don't use any of the, the brand name stuff. I make my own security systems because I've been doing this way before they came out with Ring and all that consumer friendly stuff. Anyway, this is my security camera that runs really well. It's been running like this. And the other day, I check it and my daughter, Peony, tells me that the battery exploded, Daddy. The LCD looks a little weird. So I was like, what? So the battery did explode. You could obviously see it. But I've had a lot of batteries explode on my other smartphones and, it just stops working. But this one's intact. For some reason, the battery exploded and the battery keeps working. So this is a pretty nice tablet made by HTC. I've had other Samsung devices that exploded. And the battery, just the battery was not usable anymore, obviously. But this one's still usable. But I'm going to go ahead and probably replace it with something else. But really, really amazing that the battery keeps running. Anyway, more of that later. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and hit the home button, go back to install. Try to install the Open GApps. The GApps, you should have downloaded. And this will give you Play Store. Basically, Play Store. Yeah. Without this, you won't have Play Store. Without Play Store, you're not going to be able to download any apps. So make sure to install this so you have Play Store, which is very nice. Once this is installed, we're going to go ahead and make sure to install the twerp installer. Don't forget, that's probably the most important, because if you with OnePlus 6T and OnePlus 6 and all the OnePlus 7, all the newer devices, you do need to install the installer, because it's just the recovery partition gets deleted every time you install a new ROM. So hit the home button when that's done. Go to install. Make sure go ahead and install the twerp installer, fajita.zip. This will ensure that if something happens to our device, we need to reinstall Magisk, we can go ahead and reboot into twerp without connecting our computer back to the phone, or the phone back to the computer, and using fastboot commands, which is just a pain in the ass, right? So you can do it all on your phone. All right, just leave this leave this file in your phone somewhere at all times. All right, go back to install, and I'm going to go ahead and install Magisk because I won't root. You probably have to install this twice, but I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make it work the first time. With Android 9.0 custom ROMs, I've seen that Magisk usually needs to get it booted, and then you have to come and reinstall it. So if the Magisk app doesn't show up after reboot, then we will go ahead and reboot into twerp and reinstall Magisk. And that's why we install Magisk installer early. When that's done, we're pretty much ready to go. Reboot system, and boom shakalaka. We're gonna go ahead and let that boot. Let that boot. Go have a smoke. Go check out your cameras. Make sure you take your dog for a walk. We'll be back. Go check on my daughter. Make sure she's not playing too much video games.
No, you.
No, you. Hey, this is my puppy. Oh, it just booted. Do you guys see that? This is my puppy. This is my puppy. Sorry, puppy. We gotta go. All right, let's go ahead and switch the cameras back. Alright, so I've got it booted. I do have the Play Store here. Alright, I don't have Magisk, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to reboot back into Twerp Recovery. Go ahead and power off. There's also a shortcut you can add later. I'm gonna go ahead and hold down volume down and power. And give it 1, 2. Oh, sorry, it didn't power off. Wait till complete power. Hold on, volume down and power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let go of all the buttons. So much stuff in here. And I'm going to go ahead and go into install and go ahead and install Magisk. This is why I told you you need to install the Twerp installer. So this will reinstall Magisk, sorry, and this will hopefully give me full root. And once we boot, we should be good to go. I think so. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reboot, and we should have a fully rooted, also AOSiP ROM with Play Store working. And let's go ahead and install the 2 cameras. And for those of you who need an overview on how this works, all the customization, you can go ahead and see my first video that I uploaded last time, which is also on the website. That will show you. So I've got it booted here. Let me just go ahead and connect to the internet real quick. I'll be back. Oh, make sure to get your data working, especially on Verizon or T-Mobile. You see it's not picking up anything. Just go into mobile network, go to advanced, and go to access point names. Make sure your access name point is chosen. Right now it's not chosen, so that's why it's not connected to the internet. Usually it'll do it by itself, but it doesn't. Go ahead and choose the right APN for your carrier. For T-Mobile, it's going to be fast-tmobile.com. So give that a few seconds. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and connect to the internet. And let me go ahead and connect to, let me go ahead and check Magisk real quick here. And you will see Magisk up to date, which means it's been installed. Download proprietary code. Make sure safety net check passes. That looks good. Go ahead and you can go ahead and sign into Play Store now. I'm not going to because I'm just showing you how to install the ROM. But you should be good to go. Let me go ahead and check if my 4G LTE is working. Now I may have to wait a few minutes here, or I might have to step outside real quick because in my office here sometimes I don't get great signals, so I usually have to sort of step out. Let me actually go ahead and step out real quick and come back. Oh, before that, let me go ahead and show you how to install the OnePlus camera. You should have downloaded the OnePlus camera. Where did I put it? Oh, there we go. So that's the APK file. Go ahead and install that camera, and this will give you the native OnePlus camera. Without this, you're not going to get the native camera. So make sure, go ahead and open that. You should have fully working OnePlus camera, which is very nice. Video, also the 2X, really good. And also go ahead and go back to files and install, oops, go back. Go back to files and install the Google camera if you want night sight, which is the Gcam. Go ahead and install. And you should now have a working Google camera. Night sight is going to be great for night shots. Yeah, you should be good to go. Alright, so I got everything working. The ROM's working. Let me go ahead and step outside real quick and make sure my 4G LTE is working. Oh, so I got it working. Actually, it was an additional step. If you're using Verizon, you do have to switch it. You see I got LTE Advanced. My data has been excellent with this ROM. So in network, about mobile network advanced, make sure you change from global to LTE to CDMA if it's not on LTE CDMA. Then you'll get Verizon. All right, everyone else can stay on global. So I've got network working, the ROM's working, everything that we were trying to make it work now works. You should be good to go. Now you can go ahead and enjoy highly customized version of Android on your OnePlus 6T. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. As always, stay on Android. See, she's crazy.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
You listen to Daddy.
No, you.
I'm your daddy.
I don't.
I'm your daughter. Why you do this to me?
Click here to subscribe. 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 To subscribe.